Let's hit it.
Okay. Hello there.
Hold on.
Hello there, Internet. I am Troy the Max Extreme.
And I'm Ghost Hunter Dave.
And together we are IMPERIUS REX.
Yep.
Today is part 2 of our Hickmania tour across America. Last episode, if you did not join us, we went over his groundwork of
You've got a lot of catching up to do.
S.H.I.E.L.D., Fantastic Four, and the FF, and...
Ultimates.
Thank you very much, Dave.
You're welcome.
We are continuing on with his take.
Avengers. I almost forgot what we were talking about.
on his take of the heavy hitters,
Oh, yeah.
the Avengers and new Avengers.
And you know what? We're going to throw Infinity in for free. Something that kicks off Hickman's run is a reoccurring phrase that you hear many, many times.
Yes.
Everything dies. You, me, everyone on this planet. Our sun, our galaxy, and eventually the universe itself. This is simply how things are. Spoken by Reed Richards at the beginning of New Avengers, everything dies.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a somber note.
Yeah.
Kicks off
Yes.
one of the 2 Avengers titles that Hickman writes.
Mm-hmm.
So to give a real quick overview, New Avengers deals with the secret society, the Illuminati,
Yep.
which is like the heavy hitters, well, no, the opposite, the heavy thinkers
Yes.
of the
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
Universe. And they learn that their world and all worlds are phasing out of their realities and clashing together,
Right.
creating an incursion
Yes.
that will wipe out their universe.
Yes.
And they're all doing this, and that incursion point is at Earth,
Yes.
on all the universes.
Yes.
I feel like I could have summed that up better. It's a lot of starts and stops. all reality is going to get wiped out,
Yep.
and they have to do whatever they can to stop it.
Yes.
Meanwhile, like the heavy hitters, the muscle of the Avengers, create this ultimate defense for the universe by like getting everyone they can think of to create this universal Avengers.
Yeah.
And that's headed up by like Iron Man, Captain America, and they just pull in all sorts of really weird characters to be part of the team. And they just go on these crazy like space missions.
Right.
And it's just like that is the fun action adventure.
Yeah.
And New Avengers, this is like the dark psychological drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they both eventually mesh together and tell one story where time runs out and it kicks us into Secret Wars. Is that good?
I feel like that was a good one.
I'll start over.
Oh no.
No, we don't have time.
Time runs out eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did it! So when I started off reading Hickman's Avengers, I was off-put by the thing that I don't necessarily like. He just started talking about things like you should have... It feels like you should know,
Yeah.
and you don't. Don't worry, he gets to them.
There's many times where you're like, either I'm not supposed to understand this or I missed something.
Yes.
And more than likely, you're not supposed to understand it yet. And it makes sense later.
Yeah. And he is the master of this because I fall for it every freaking time. There's a character, Ex Nihilo. What? I'm going nuts here. Like, when he introduces a character ex nihilo in this,
Yeah.
he just, like, throws him in a panel, and you're like, what?
What?
Because I was like, I read the Avengers up to this. It's Bendis' run, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? What? And I didn't see this big yellow horny devil in this.
Yeah.
And there he is.
There he is. Oh my god.
And he eventually gets filled in, and then you're like, oh, look at that guy.
Look at that guy. Becomes a member of the Avengers.
So
Everyone becomes an Avenger in this.
Everyone does.
Even evil Spider-Man is an Avenger in this.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite between these two?
Yeah, I think I like New Avengers more.
Absolutely. I liked them both right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I think Avengers, I have a harder time remembering all the stuff that happens because it's just like world-shattering, cataclysmic event after another.
Huge action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And New Avengers is very small scale, but it's huge stakes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like all this stuff that they're doing, they're not even concerning themselves with. They're like, yeah, guys, go on and save the universe. We have bigger...
whatever.
Save the universe. We have bigger things to deal with. We have all of reality. It's insane.
Yeah.
So the Illuminati is Black Panther, Iron Man, Namor, Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, and then Beast fills in for the now deceased Professor X, who was a previous member.
Yeah.
So it's like all the big brains. And eventually Bruce Banner gets pulled in too.
Right. Way down the line.
Yeah. But they realize, I think Black Panther stumbles on the first incursion.
Right.
Led by Black Swans, which are these like albino women that seek out worlds, set off this mystical box, and blow them to smithereens.
Right.
Another reoccurring thing, Hickman always has an albino character. But, he finds the first incursion, tells the group, and by, I think they captured Black Swan and interrogate her, and they just realize, like, we're screwed.
Right. Yeah, you can't stop it. It's going to happen, and they're just going to keep on happening. You stop one, another one's coming.
And it is either you kill their Earth, or they kill your Earth, or they both die.
Right.
So there's no good solution, no matter what. It's either you, them, or both.
Right. And at first, they're trying to find, like, different ways in order to push it away. Like, they try to use the Infinity Gauntlet at a time.
They bring Cap in. They bring Captain America in.
Yep.
And they think, like, if anyone has a willpower, it's Captain America.
Right.
And he does it, and then it just, like, blows up. He breaks the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's just like rats.
Oh! So they're back to square one.
Yeah.
And we're going to spoil this. We spoil all these, but we did get a comment saying, like, too much spoilers. Well, that's what we do here. We don't get a chance to talk that much. We got to go deep and hard.
We got kids and stuff.
Yeah.
This is our only output.
So, yeah, Captain America, they pull him in. They're like, he's the guy to do it. He can't do it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, well, we're going to have to build something to wipe out an Earth.
Right.
And Captain America is like, absolutely not.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's at the table, and he's like, you guys are going to build something. He's like, I know all of you.
And you're a dick, you're a dick, you're a dick.
But yeah, it's essentially like, you guys are going to do something, you don't want to, but you're going to do it, and then you're not going to be able to stop doing it.
Right.
And they're just like, sorry, Captain. Strange, do it. And he wipes his mind, and he's out of the group.
Oh, yeah.
You're out, Cap. And they just keep on operating in secret.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, Avengers is just spinning along like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Captain America's leading that charge. They're fighting different weird universes that are happening. And these guys are just acting in secret, like, just what a weight on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Everything they do, they're like, yeah, but the world's going to end in like 8 hours unless we blow them up again. As they're bringing in all these different superheroes in the Avengers title, they bring in Hyperion.
Yeah.
Who becomes like one of my favorite characters
in
this. He's great. Like,
and then he has got like a bromance with Thor.
Oh my god, they love each
fun.
other. Yeah. Like Thor finally has an equal, like a Superman level equal there.
Yeah.
And they just like, there's these like super powered kids that are on this, in the Savage Land, I think. And like Thor and Hyperion just decide they're gonna like raise them.
Like be sweet super dads.
Yes.
It's like, it's really great.
It's so good, and there's so many great like lighthearted moments from Thor where he's just like, he's constantly in need of beer after being around these children.
Yeah.
And he's constantly like ready to celebrate. And like, yeah, their relationship is excellent.
Yeah.
Because Hyperion is Superman, essentially, of his
Right.
world. It goes into this white event, which is happening as a result of all the universes breaking down. And the AIM scientists, of all people, these just bumbling goons, manage to, like, pull him out with, like, the giant candy claw.
I love that thing.
And that's, like, one of the first panels where you're like, what is going on here?
Because AIM is actually, now that I think about it, fairly big a big deal in the Avengers. And I always thought they were like a big bumbling, like with their bucket hazmats.
The beekeeper uniforms.
But, like in this, it's I like how they're super dangerous because they're all super smart. Like every person under the beekeeper helmet is like a genius.
But you never see their faces.
No, so they're just fodder.
But yeah, they pull him out of his dying universe, and he just decides, like, I guess I'm just going to protect this one.
Yeah.
And this understanding between him and Thor where he's like, I didn't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep this world safe. And you really like him. He's got that Superman mentality where he just wants to do good.
Yeah.
Love Hyperion in this.
Yeah. I wish there was more of him.
Yeah.
There's another bromance, too, with Cannonball and Sunspot. A few of the X-Men that come in. And they're, like, more bro-y or whatever.
Yeah.
But they end up having, like, especially Sunspot has, like, a bigger deal.
He ends up buying AIM. I had no idea he was, like, a billionaire.
Neither did I. And I was like, okay, I'll just go with this, I suppose.
And it's great because AIM has been like a thorn in their side through the whole thing. And he's just like,
I'll buy him.
I'll just buy them. And then they have to work for us. And they do. And they become like their allies.
It's super great.
Yeah.
A lot of things they should have thought about way earlier on.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom was such a thorn in my side. Just buy him.
Buy Latveria. We should really jump in on Infinity, too.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say other than it is just a slam-bang epic space opera for Marvel.
It takes what Avengers is already doing and somehow turns it up even more.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. But, like, the one thing is, like, I think Infinity went on a little bit too long.
Maybe because it was 3 titles, basically. New Avengers, and Infinity all happening at once.
Yeah. I can't even tell where one starts and one ends.
I have no idea. There was many times where I had to look back and see, like, who the artist was and try to match it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think they label it in the table of contents when it goes to a new book.
Yeah.
So, what is the main conflict of Infinity? Thanos is front and center on the cover, but he's really like an afterthought of this.
Yeah. It's like somehow an even bigger threat of, like, these builders of, I guess, like a multiverse.
The builders, I thought, were essentially who created humans, right? Because the builders are who Ex Nihil answers to, and he is like who's responsible for creating life on all these planets.
Right. It's such a heavy concept.
Even the notes aren't helping at this point. But yeah, like, the builders decide they're going to destroy Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the heroes go and fight them, and meanwhile, while they're occupied, Thanos decides he's going to attack Earth too.
Yeah.
Because he finds out he has a son living on Earth who's an Inhuman.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like that.
Nope.
So he wages war. They have the most epic space battle ever.
Right.
The builders overtake the Avengers, but then Thor rallies the troops and has this amazing panel where he throws Mjolnir before he goes down to, like, bow to the builders and surrender. Mm-hmm. And then he's just like, gods don't bow, or something like that. And the hammer just bursts through the builder's stomach. He catches it, and they just mop the floor with him.
Yeah.
And they rally, like, every alien in the universe, and they essentially at that moment say, like, everyone's an Avenger. You're an Avenger. You're an Avenger. You're an Avenger. So Infinity is just this cataclysmic epic space opera that doesn't really amount to a whole lot in the grand scheme of Hickman's story.
Right. It's like,
just like a fun
huge
little
chunk of
sidestep.
it.
Yeah.
But, like, it really, after I read it and went on with, like, Time Runs Out, I forgot what had happened in, like, in all of Infinity.
I know. Or what it happened in, either. Like, it's just, it's good.
Yeah.
But the rest is better.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not building to infinity. It's building to something even bigger than infinity. This is where we're at here with this guy. We got notes!
They're undecipherable.
No, even the notes, they're just charts and graphs. So now let's go back into the dark side, into New Avengers. They finally get to the point, because they've staved off a couple incursions just by, like, sheer luck. That they didn't have to act on it.
Yeah.
They get to the moment where, like, they flat out, it's them or us.
Yep.
And it's like this Justice League group on the other side that realizes that at the same time. And they have this huge battle. And this is like Trade 4, so it builds to it.
Yeah.
And it's got like the Superman, the Batman archetype, all those guys, and they just have this huge all-out slugfest.
And Doctor Strange has like a huge part during that fight. Because for a little bit, he's kind of off doing his own thing.
Selling his soul.
Yeah, to a point where like, you don't have enough to give or whatever. So he ends up just like mustering up as much as he can. And then like he turns into like this big...
Lovecraftian demon. Yeah.
And it's this great image of like just these tentacles coming from another Earth, just raping the shit out of that faux Justice League and just wiping them out.
He essentially like unleashes Cthulhu on the Justice League. But it's not enough to stop the incursion. Like it stops the fighters, but the worlds are still colliding. And it's at that point where the heroes go back to Earth. They've planted their bomb, and they're all ready to do it. And they just like, I can't. And they hot potato it between themselves. And every one of them is like, we can't. Like, we can't kill this Earth.
This was harder than I thought.
Yeah, and they're like, I guess we're just gonna die. And they all, like Toy Story 3, accept their fate in front of the big garbage furnace. And then as their backs are turned, Namor picks it up and he's like, you fucking guys. And blows it up. And it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is absolutely what you would do. No one wants to do it, but, like, come on.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that does it. And he's just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Namor and T'Challa are great in this. Oh, they hate each other. But they're both kings of their own world. And they, like, go to war with each other a couple times over Hickman's whole run.
Namor is constantly screwing over Black Panther. Just consistently gives him just the cold just like all of the shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I know.
When he like Thanos.
Thanos and
Thanos and the Thanos
squad
gang or whatever. Like totally come in to Wakanda and just mop the floor with them.
They're looking for the Infinity Stones, right?
Oh, I don't remember what they're looking for. Yeah.
I think so. And Namor's like, yeah, it's in Wakanda. And they just go, they just take him at his word and just destroy Wakanda.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't see it, but I don't know. Everyone have a good time? I mean, like, what an ending there. And that is pretty close to where the New Avengers book kind of wraps up and it goes into Time Runs Out, where it jumps ahead 8 months. But not only does it end with that epic moment where Namor obliterates a universe and everyone turns on him and they're like, what do we do now? And they're like, we're just going to wait until we destroy. We're not going to do this again. So everyone goes their ways. They separate. If no one can stand to look at each other. Should be incurring any moment. And it doesn't happen. And they wait more and it doesn't happen. And they don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, Namor has assembled Thanos and his order, formed a new cabal, and they've just been going around killing all of the alternate Earths.
Yeah.
So it is so great. There's like a line in there where he says, brothers, sisters, all the angels have fallen, and we devils are all that remain. So I ask you, will you help me kill worlds? And that's how that ends.
Of course, they're all like, here, here.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to do that anyway, but... So, you think, where can it go from here? It's worlds being destroyed, infinite wars. What do you do? Well, then it jumps 8 months later. And we're in a very different Marvel universe. As a result of a couple other titles, I think, that played a little role, like Axis, where heroes went evil.
And Original Sin as well.
Original Sin, which Thor is now unworthy. Iron Man is evil, kind of. He seemed like the normal Tony Stark to me. Captain America is old and an asshole. Yeah. And go. What happens now? Namor and Black Panther
What are we even talking about anymore? I think we've gone way past what we were trying to talk about. I almost want to get Infinity out and see what the fuck happens at the end of Infinity.
Infinity isn't the one, is it?
Listen, these are your notes and the way you wanted to do this, and you just want to jump right to the end.
I thought this happened in... Good lord. Yeah, consult the sources.
What is this?
I don't think the Doom and Beyonder stuff happens in Secret Wars. Tony Stark.
So you're already talking about like time runs out stuff.
We're talking about Time Runs Out now.
That's what you want to do? You want to put all this in part 2?
Time Runs Out is in part 2.
Not in your notes, bro. It's in part 3. God damn it.
Guess we better wrap up the other one. In true Hickman fashion, who knows what to make of this? All right. So, I don't even know. Stay with us for part 3, which may cover Secret Wars. It may cover The Walking Dead. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. We're gonna get through this though.
We're getting into it.
Yes. Hickmania. You never know what you're getting. A lot of charts though. You're definitely getting charts.
So many charts.
All right. Troy, you want to play us out?
Bum bum ba
You do your... Well, yeah, but...
Sorry. So this was our half-assed version of trying to do Avengers and New Avengers. Really great run. I totally recommend New Avengers.
Absolutely. And stick around, because we're going to... It's a 3-parter.
That's right. So until next time, I've been Troy the Max Extreme.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
And this has been Imperious Rex.
And we're gonna wrap this up. We'll make sense of this, I promise.